Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance Annette for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we were shipping out today on Wednesday. It was actually like a really good day, but like looking at the past few months of sales and stuff, our like weekends, or at least Saturdays, been like one of our worst days, which is normally not like that. Normally Saturdays are like the high bar graph, and then Wednesdays is when it's like as if like, you know, no one's buying anything. But for us, it's been like reverse Uno. It's been crazy. So for Wednesdays at least. So cool. Here's another awesome Wednesday. Not going to complain. It's great. All right. The first thing up is some Marvel Overpowered cards. You saw that we sold $430 of this stuff recently. I went from like 88 listings down to like 30, sold another few things. This is a lot of 63. The Power 1 cards, I just slotted them up because they have the 1 powers up there. I haven't played the game, so I don't know too much. I just kind of pick and chose to put all the characters together with their cards, and then these like actually basic cards necessary to play the game, I put them as like based on numbers. I don't know if it was the best idea, just because I don't play the game, so I don't know how to lot them up, but they have all been selling. So this sold for $10 plus shipping. Everything's going to be plus shipping, so I'll just mention it right now. All right, next up is our second Crazy Bone sale. I actually got a huge bag of my childhood Crazy Bones like a couple months ago. I spent like a whole day listing them. I listed them by like color and type. Crazy Bones are these little toys. There's a bunch of different games with them. There's a bunch of different countries that made a bunch of different sets. In particular, we liked like the basic set, which had like a bunch of goofy little items. And then there was like the things set, which had things. It would be like a boot, a locker, refrigerator, a flower vase. So a lot of cool stuff. I lotted them up by like color and type. So these are like orange jelly. There's also different rarities. There's going to be like silver ones, gold ones, chrome ones. There's whistlers where they would have like a little hole like drilled into it, or if you like blew into it, it would actually whistle. I know there's other types of rarities. There's clear, jelly, toothpaste. A lot of opaque. So yeah, this was a lot of 20 of the orange jelly ones. This sold for $23.99, which is great. The other listing I sold was 5 aliens for like $6 or $7. The aliens actually had like colored eyeballs. All right, moving along, we have a German edition board game right here. This is Cardinal. I don't know too much about this, but I always pick up any kind of foreign board games and anything that has an interesting cover. So this fits both of the bills. This ended up selling for $18. I think it just has like a bunch of different like blocks and stuff like that. And there's going to be a rule set, and this is all in German, which is pretty cool. I always grab stuff like that. I think it's fun to sell, and then usually there's not too many people on eBay who have it. All right, moving along, we have a board game playmat. This is a board game card game. I don't know it, like I've never played it. This is Battle for Solaria right here. It just looks like a sci-fi deck builder game or something. So yeah, I'll still consider like card games that aren't Magic, Pokemon, and stuff like that as actual board games. They usually have like a mat or a board. Actually, a lot of board games don't even have a board anymore. They're just like a lot of stuff is classified as them. This ended up selling for $20, so that's pretty cool. I do generally pick up unique playmats for card games and board games. They're a little bit annoying to ship. Sometimes when they're too long, it kind of kills the price in shipping, but we do make people pay shipping. But still, we have to be aware that it increases the cost for buyers. But yeah, $20 is like pretty much exactly what I want for like a hipster game I've never heard of for a playmat. So yep. All right, I'm going to put that right over there. Next up is also something super cool. We got this at auction, Pro Index System. I've never seen this container before, or at least I don't remember it. This is probably from like early 2000s or the late 90s. This thing opens up, and it was super cool because it had a bunch of top loaders, which we use for shipping. So give me a second. This is like, oh, geez. Can I even get it? Okay, I got it. I just didn't want to break it. So I don't know if you can see, but there's going to be a bunch of these ridges, which fit top loaders. I think this can fit, I want to say either 90 or 120. And then they like click in, and you can actually have them all organized like facing up. So when you open it up, you can see the tops of all your cards. Really cool. Obviously, this takes up a lot of space, so I'm glad it sold. I think I spent like $8 or $10 in auction for this. It sold for $22.39, so not the craziest price. But I'm also I was like low on top loaders, and I use those to ship like a lot of board game cards and stuff like that for eBay standard envelope. So yeah, that was awesome. $22.39. Really cool like organization system that I was unaware of, but now that I know to keep an eye out for it, there's different colors and stuff like that. So that one's, I just had to like undust it off, but yeah. All right, moving along, we have a lot of 3 HeroClix. These were like a specialty set. These are the Jonah Hex. I think they were like a Fast Forces or a little pack. These are going to be like indie, so they're not like Marvel or DC. They're just going to be from the comic book, and then these are the 3 cards that have their little stats with them. So yeah, this little 3 set I listed together. It's literally number 1, 2, and 3. It sold for $11.99. This was also from auction. I don't remember what I paid for this one. I didn't make a note, unfortunately. All right, next up, more Warhammer 40K bits and pieces. I've been having really good luck with that. So when I did my listings, I put them in these baggies and I just labeled them by like the bag and then the number. So this is just number 18. All of my lots were like 50 plus pieces. So there you go. This is the Tau faction. I actually don't know what the Tau faction is, or if they're like aliens, robots, or humans. Maybe like robots. I see a lot of little like guns and mechanical stuff. So yeah, this sold for $15 for this lot, and later on soon you'll see another lot that sold. So it's been pretty cool. That one auction, which I knew was going to be good, happened to be selling the fastest right now. All right, moving along, we have some more miniature items. These are decals. These are going to be for airplanes, for military airplanes, for the U.S. Air Force and then the German Air Force. So yeah, these are just little things that you can like cut off and sticker or glue onto your miniatures, so you don't have to like paint it or hand paint the symbols. So yeah, people love this kind of stuff to accessorize their wargaming stuff. This sold for $10.36. I get a lot of like the small little bits and pieces for war games, pretty cheap. And then next up is a combo order. We've sold a good amount of these, and I have a bunch listed right now. Napoleonics. The unfortunate part about these particular bags is they just had like letters. So this is NE13. So this is a lot of 2 of them. They look like military cannons or something like that. Yeah, so they didn't really have what they were. This is, let's see, 15 millimeter scale. And then they also bought this lot of NE7. The N probably stands for Napoleonics. I'm not sure what the E stands for, maybe England or something. I'm just taking a guess right here. So there's two in there. And then these ones sold for, let's see, $28.78 for the pair of 2, which is pretty cool. We sell a bunch of combo orders for military miniatures, and I have a bunch more listed. Yeah, just in the bag. It took a little bit to find those, even in my labeled bag. All right, moving along, Warhammer 40K bits and pieces. This I just labeled 7. This is Imperial bits and pieces. I think they're just going to be like humanoids or something like that. So yeah, this is just 50 plus of them. This sold for $19.99, which is pretty good for these bits and pieces. All right, moving along. So this is also bits and pieces, not for Warhammer 40K. This is, let's see, Hassle-Free Miniatures, Armory, Grim Accessories. I don't know. You probably won't be able to see this. These are super tiny. These are like official little bits and pieces because they'll put them on like a stick, and then there's like a helmet up top here. I see a bunch of little like grenades and then like a knife and like a little gun. So these were going to be, they were like made by the company on purpose to add to specific figures. This only sold for $7, but I always get the miniatures cheap. All right, next up is a lot of 2 books. These are by Robert Adams, sci-fi books. So yeah, sometimes I'll just lot them up by the type, like genre, and then this one just was because it was Robert Adams or whatever. So I just had 2 of them. So I did a lot. This sold for $12. So yeah, we get a lot of books cheap as well. All right, next up, this item was kind of unique. When I got it, I wasn't fully sure what it was. I mean, I know Bionicle, so take a look right there. This is a Bionicle music CD. Yeah, song music soundtrack. So like the back, they didn't have like the back cover. There's no scratches on the CD. I looked it up, and yeah, this is probably like a rare Bionicle collectible. Normally it's like those smaller pieced Lego robots with weapons and arms. They're usually like 10, 30, 40 pieces. They're not like a lot of pieces, I think, usually. I was never into Bionicle, but a bunch of kids when I was growing up were. So yeah, this sold for $30.40. I like grabbing the like unique stuff when I see it out in the wild. This is like from someone I get CDs from, so it's cool to see like random nerd stuff thrown in. All right, next up is the War Machine Cygnar Faction Dice. I knew that these were going to do pretty well right there. Yeah, these are official. They signed up with Q Workshop, which does these like really square dice. They're supposed to be more like random, I guess, without having the rounded edges. The squares make it more random. This is all like dice theory crafters. You can go deep with people with like what's random or not on dice. But Q Workshop does like these like runic designs. They put the Cygnar faction symbol on it. They made a pack for all of the War Machine and Hordes. I remember just off the top of my head when I was bidding on this, or when I got it in the lot, that this was going to be good. This sold for $23.99. $23.99, not $99. $24 basically to a repeat buyer. Sorry, I was ahead of myself. All right, next up, I'm doing okay, everyone, I promise. All right, next up is a promo WizKids Harley Quinn little miniature. I got this at auction. It was either 2 or 4. I forgot to exactly mark it down. I've talked about these promo figures. HeroClix is a interesting game where like the power level of the miniatures goes up over time, and then people like the older stuff usually isn't worth as much because the stuff's not as strong. But then you have these weird exclusives where some of them are easy to get, some of them are hard, some of them are actually really powerful, some of them are kind of just like fun to play with casually with your friends, and other ones, like I said, are powerful. So like I took a gamble on I got like 4 or 5 different individuals during the auction. Just I gambled at them. Like I kept bidding until I won this one. I think no one fought me, or maybe one person did if I got it for $4. I'm rambling now, but yeah, this sold for $15.99, which is not too bad. I mean, some of these exclusives can go up to like 30, 40, 50, sometimes even more when they're like hot off the press or whatever, when they're like first released. And they have a lot of, HeroClix has like a lot of different promos. So yeah, I think that is everything for now. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff for Wednesday. It's pretty cool. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's the middle of the week, so I hope everyone's having a good one. Thank you.